biggest mistake that you will find black people making is they are in such a thrust to run away from the black cause, to run away from the black identity, because they have been brainwashed by the white American system to believing that white money and to believing that white status and behaving as the white man and practicing the racial economic bias and the prejudice as the white man is the same attitude that they need to take. Now, I wouldn't have a problem if this was an attitude they would keep within their own personal comforts. However, this is the same attitude that they infiltrate and they poison and they infect our community with this virus. And this is what the white man knows. He's very intelligent. To take a black man, a person whose skin is as dark as night, to convince him with $1 on a fish rope that he can achieve the same status he has by turning on his own community has been the clever tactic and the clever maneuver that white people in America have perpetuated within the black community. And sadly, because these brainwashed blacks have black skin, although they are unaware of the fact that they have black skin, and if they looked in the mirror, they would do everything within their brain fiber to convince themselves they are white. But everybody who is watching them from the outside knows that regardless of how you may cover your voices, regardless of how you may strip yourself from your island roots and your culture, you are still a black person. And sadly, as much as you enjoy your pursuit towards achieving white status and trying to be a supremacist like the white man by selling out your own people and turning against your own people and robbing your own kind, you are infiltrating the lives of many black children and millions within the black community, because you may not be aware of it because you have been thoroughly brainwashed, but you are still in association with the black kind. And you have to believe this from somebody who has undergone educational institutions, white educational institutions, white economies, that it doesn't matter how much you may convince yourself that your skin is white. It doesn't matter how much you may cover your voice. It doesn't matter how racist you may act. It doesn't matter how much you may hate yourself. You are still a black person, and you still remain accountable for the black cause, for the black community. And sadly, your contributions to the black community is the equivalent to the contribution that one may have towards no different from being within the proximity of a hyena who, for some reason, for only the reason that they know, decides to turn on their own kind for no apparent reason beyond the clear intent of jealousy and rage. Decides to infiltrate and to communicate and to poison the black community with lies, with more instilled fear that the white economy has taught you, because you believe that you are entitled to the same privilege that the white people have gotten for thousands of years, and you believe that you are entitled to the same level of justice and social status that the white people have had. And your means of getting that social status is no different from the means of the white murderers who have taken the lives of millions of black people. What a shame that the only difference is we know that's what white people have been doing, but the fact that this persists within the black community, where I can tell you no other race has a problem so grand at scale than the sellout crisis that consists within the black community, than the brainwashed white minded thinking that exists within the black community, to the point where somebody with skin dark as charcoal would absolutely refuse to even associate or acknowledge or even respect his brother. He would drag his brother straight to the dirt, or try and put him into the white supremacy incarceration system that has been indoctrinated into him to do to all his other brothers, because he only knows what the white man has taught him about America. And anytime you try this trick on any black person who is within his well-grounded stance to bring about a sense of respect for himself, you will find that this brainwashed black will go as far as robbing his own brother, selling out his own brother, plotting against his own brother. And this is the problem that you will find persists within the black community. The problem is rarely white people or outsiders. And I can tell you this because we know what to expect from outsiders. We know the ones with a brain, okay? We just know by default what to expect when we walk out of our homes. We know what to expect when we go to those racist schools. We know what to expect when we go to those racist jobs, okay? So it's expected by default. We're prepared for that. The thing that always catches a black person off guard is when somebody who poses as their own kind decides to indoctrinate a sellout nature by robbing his people for a few crumbs of a white person's pie, or their token integration, or their token gain, their token promise. Selling their own kind out for nothing more than tokens. That forever has been the biggest infiltration on the black community of all time, and that is why I am telling you to understand the difference between a grounded black person and a sellout brainwashed black who has no identity within himself beyond what white America has robotically programmed into his mind to turn against his own kind, and to rob his own community, and to persist in delivering the same affliction that they have been doing onto the black community. Only this time the white people are intelligent and they're able to covertly hide their contribution towards the demise of black people by turning the lost brother, the lost cause, away from themselves, and ultimately realizing that instead of looking responsible for the years and years of slavery, you can now actually turn that responsibility back on the black people by taking this sellout white-minded cracker redneck of a brother that we failed to call as an excuse. And this is the situation that you'll find many people running into within the black community, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, that your problem is rarely white America. Listen, I'm not saying the problem isn't white America. The problem clearly has been the doctrine that white people have insisted that we adopt. My point, as I'm telling you, is that is like it, just by default. I kind of anticipated that would be going on, but what I never anticipated was that a so-called brother, no different from a brainwashed lab rat, would go as far as impeding on another brother who is contributing towards the black community and giving his devotion, going as far as giving his livelihood towards the black cause, even going as far as risking his life to make sure that that brainwashed rat could even walk on the same territory. But it's such a shame that that brainwashed rat doesn't even know that they're a rat.